Good morning, and welcome to VIGILANT Broadcasting. The station opportunity presents Underneath the Hat with your host, author Sherri Simmons, as she discusses topics to help us all take care of ourselves underneath the hat.
Good morning and welcome to Underneath the Hat, an affiliate of Vigilant Broadcasting and the Talk Radio and TV Network, LLP. My name is Sherri Simmons, and our topic for today is Women on the Move. If you're on Facebook, you can go to our page, Talk Radio TV Network, LLP. I'm starting a watch party now. If you want to call in to discuss anything that our guest today has to say or to give your opinion about something, you can call in at 319-527-2634. Our first guest today is Maja McCaskill. Maja's nonprofit organization has reached over 150 youth by partnering with organizations such as E&ES, which allows her to go into Dearborn Homes and Wentworth Gardens housing projects, the Chicago Park District, and the Chicago Public Library. She also has conducted workshops on entrepreneurship at Martin Luther King College Prep High School, Operation Pushes, and Chicago State University School of Business students, where she is an alumni. She is piloting a re-entry program for men who have recently been released from the prison system by teaching life skills and entrepreneurship. She mentors adults through business creation to launch. Maja is dedicated to shifting the entrepreneurial gap in communities in Chicago. She believes in the population she serves and knows their hard work will be rewarded by empowering their abilities to be successful entrepreneurs. Maja is the founder of Strengthening a Nation, holds a Bachelor of Science degree in Business Management, honored as a Woman of Excellence by the Chicago Defender at the Black Women's Expo in 2018, was honored by the Wearing Big Hats organization as a community leader in 2019, is a board member, AFCA Baseball League, Athletes for Christ Association, and was inducted as a member into Delta Mu Delta International Honor Society for Business in 2009. She is currently the business administrator for Stateville Correctional Center, handling a multi-million-dollar budget. She has managed for the state of Illinois for 12 years for the Department of Human Services as an executive for the Family Community Services offices. The Employment and Training Program works to help able-bodied adults with no dependent children obtain job skills and training to become employable. So let's all welcome my first guest, Maja McCaskill. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So when I thought of doing this topic of women on the move, I've known you for a couple of years, but we really didn't get to talk to each other until maybe 2 years ago about all the different things that we have been doing. We both had the same beautician, and so we would see each other in passing, but we never really talked to each other until like the last 2 years. Yeah. And I'm just watching all of the great things that you are doing on Facebook. You're popping up everywhere. And so when I came up with the topic of women on the move, I was like, I definitely have to ask her to come and speak on the show. So thank you. I know that you're actually busy now at a conference that you stepped away from.
Well, thank you for allowing me to be a part of it. And it is truly an honor to be acknowledged in any way. So I'm very humbled that you would ask me to come and talk about, what we do and be part of this show today. So thank you.
No problem. So let's jump right in. So tell us how you're a woman on the move.
Well, I'm a woman on the move because I do a lot of stuff, When I was asked to be honored as a woman wearing many hats. I truly had to say I do wear a lot of hats. So I'm a mom of four. My oldest is 24 and a half, and my youngest is 12. So I'm constantly doing things. I'm very involved in what they do in their life. But outside of that, I have this nonprofit organization where I teach inner city youth and adults entrepreneurship.
Okay.
So along with that, like today, I'm out supporting one of my friends, Vondell Singleton, with his nonprofit, and I'm on the board for the baseball league. So I'm constantly moving, and I have a pretty demanding job. So thank God for the grace of God to be able to do all that I do. But anything that has to do with helping our youth to be successful and give them alternative options, I'm in.
Yes.
So
what would you say is the best part of being an entrepreneur?
The best part of being an entrepreneur is seeing the impact and the change that we make in people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's teaching kids how to start businesses or whether it's teaching adults how to think outside the box to start a business. The purpose really for me is to make sure that people understand the importance of knowledge and knowing what you do. Knowing who you are and being able to articulate that to people. And when you're developing businesses, a lot of people think about, well, I want to start a business or I want to do all this wonderful stuff, but they don't understand who they are as people themselves. And that without knowing that no business is able to be successful. We have too many businesses that are failing because people just want to start a business. So the rewarding part of what I do is seeing people be successful and finding out who they are and loving it and being able to move forward in confidence is where I get my reward from.
Okay. Now, I love being transparent on this show, so I know that there's some good parts about being an entrepreneur and some trying parts. What would you say has been the most trying part of being an entrepreneur?
There is not enough time in the day.
Yes.
I have, with the nonprofit that I have, it's very difficult getting funding. I'm very careful about who I connect with. So I don't just connect with anybody. I tell people all the time, every connection is not a good connection.
Right.
So you have to be very critical about who is connected to you because just like, we tell our kids, birds of a feather flock together and you can be guilty by association. I cannot allow anything, just because I have someone that says, oh, I can give you all this money, but their lifestyle or what they do with their business is not credible. I can't connect with it. I don't care how much money you have. So the challenge and the biggest challenge that we have is trying to get funding. So I spend a lot of time talking to my board members and volunteers about how do we get money in this organization? How do we get that? I don't sleep because I sleep, drink, and eat this thing. So there's just not enough time because I'm very active in every single thing that I do. If I commit to it, I'm going to give you 150% to what I say I'm going to do. So not knowing how to say no sometimes. Because there's a lot of youth and there are a lot of families that really need the work that we do. We don't just focus on entrepreneurship. We focus on the holistic piece of the individual and the families. It's not just about starting a business. I want to know, are you okay? I spend a lot of time helping people. So if you need to, people know if you come to my house, you're going to come and leave with something. So when you come to my classes, I encourage the parents to sit in on the classes because you're going to take something from it. And we don't I struggle a lot with charging people. So pray for my strength in that area.
I'm the same way.
Because I feel like, sometimes, people can't afford what we do. So we should be able to offer it to. I don't want to turn anybody away. So that's a challenge too. I don't know how to say no to kids. If you want to be a part of what I do, trust me, I'm gonna make a way for you to be a part of it. Right. So it's a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of times where you feel like you're, being stretched because I do work a full-time job every day and I'm a full-time mom. So finding the time to hit everything that I need to hit, sometimes things, kind of fall, and you have to have that balance. You got to be able to, get that time management piece under control. So
yeah, and that's something I'm big on, too, being an educator and having the mentoring program, young ladies at all times. I make it so that, because I know where these kids are coming from Inglewood and different neighborhoods where they're already struggling, I want to make sure that I ask the parents for as little as possible. So the only time we really ask for them to pay anything is for the luncheon we have coming up, which is our culminating activity. So they get to see everything that their daughters have done over the spring cohort. But, yeah, I'm the same way, asking people for things, and then it's like when you ask them for something, that's when their red flag goes up. Well, I was wondering when they were going to start asking for something. So you always get that back and forth of people being willing to do certain things to help support you, but not all components, which may include financial as well.
Right. It's rough, but, I always tell people, and even when I tell my staff and my volunteers and even my students, we can't get frustrated in the process, because when we do, like, our closing ceremony is on Monday, and we get a little frustrated because sometimes we don't think the kids are paying attention, or the parents may not be, participating the way that we need them to in regards to helping the students, ensure that they're doing the work. But when we have that closing ceremony, they show us that they are paying attention, that they can participate and articulate what we've taught them. So that's the reward. We got to get through the process. The challenges of not having the funding and not getting some of the participation and not having enough time. But when we have that closing ceremony and those kids come out and they say, this, it's like, okay, this I can work another day.
Yes,
I can work
definitely.
another day.
Now, being that we're both African-American women in the entrepreneurial field, and we've seen such a big boom of it over the last couple of years of more women opening business and stepping out there on their own. What do you think has caused the shift for more African-American women going into the entrepreneurial field?
I think seeing more women step out on faith. I think we're in a season where God is showing us that it's okay to take that dream that I put down on the inside of you. Now is the time to launch it. Yeah. So, it's seeing, and another thing I'm saying, because this is something that I kind of struggle with a little bit. I'm very down to earth and I'm very real. And I have sometimes women can be, I'm not catty or anything like that. And a lot of times women don't want to connect with other women because there's this stigma that we have against each other. And I think that now women are getting more comfortable with each other. So we're able to support each other a little bit more, and we can, say, oh, well, you know what? We're more willing to share, whereas before we didn't want to share anything because it was like we were all clawing to the top, and I got to push you down to get there, but I'm not seeing that trend happening anymore. So there's a larger level of confidence and trust that is being built amongst the women entrepreneurs, where we're like, oh, you know what? Well, I thought you wasn't cool. You all right. Come on, let's do this thing. So that's a good thing.
Yes. Now, what advice would you tell your younger self about your path as a woman on the move?
Ooh. I would say trust yourself more. I think if I trusted myself a little bit more in my 20s, and know who you are. When God shows you who you are at a young age, and which, he does, trust it. We are in the positions that we in right now because we see something and we're shown something and we like, no, that can't be right. I got to do this and this and this, because when we were coming up, remember, our parents taught us to go to school to work for someone else. Yeah. And now, because of the way the economy is going, and it's a little bit more challenging for us to get jobs, it's like, I either got to get up here and handle my business or I can't take care of my kids. So we have to know that we know that we know that what is on the inside of us can flourish and grow and impact at our younger age, so that, and that's something I would also I tell my young people now, because the impact, by the time you get to be my age, your impact should be on fire. So know that what you have on the inside of you right now is fire, so that it can cultivate and allow those people that have been in your circle or that come into your path that can help you get there, allow them to help you get there. That's what I would say to my younger self.
Yes. Now, I know that you mentioned you have so many things going on, so this is the opportunity for you to plug away. So,
did I lose you?
You hear me?
Oh, okay. Okay, now I can hear you.
Hear me?
I don't know what happened.
Okay.
I can hear you.
All right. So let us know things that are coming up, things that we should look forward to, where we can follow you on social media so people can catch up with you.
Okay. So I am on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I have 2 Facebook pages. My Facebook page is, my personal is Maja McCaskill. I post a lot of stuff. I do all my lives on that page, and I usually tag the Strengthening, STRENGTHENING. A lot of people spell it wrong. I used to. So it's Strengthening a Nation. And there's a picture of me on that page. I think there's another one out there that I built that I got to figure out how to get rid of. But we're on Maja McCaskill at Facebook, Strengthening a Nation at Facebook. Our Instagram is Strengthening a Nation, and our Twitter is Strengthening_you. So what we have, and also our website, is www.strengtheninganation.org. Everything that we do is on that, is on the website. We are currently registering right now for our fall season for our youth. That's on the website. There's a link on the website for that. And on Monday, if you all are available, our students will be presenting their final project to the community. So we ask any and everyone to come out to the Chicago Beverly Library on 95th and Damon, where our students will be presenting their business concept and idea, and you can see what we do with them. That is going to be at 5:30, from 5:30 to 7:30. We will be doing open registration there. We will be, if you want to volunteer, we ask that you come on out, bring a resume. We will be taking volunteer applications that day. We will also be passing out flyers. We do a huge back-to-school picnic in August. That'll be August the 24th at Dan Ryan Woods. We ask that you go on the website and register for that so that we know how many people to expect, because we do feed you. We will be passing out school supplies for the first 100 to 150 youth that come out. We will have vendors there that will be talking about different things that will help our families, financial literacy, cancer prevention, health. We'll have some fun and games. We'll do some raffles. That's August 24th. And then our fall classes will start on the second Monday in September. So all of that information is on the website. We will be adding a sports media piece to our entrepreneurship program, so we're bringing in more organizations that are wanting to partner with us to do some things. We do a big Thanksgiving Day giveaway, and we do Christmas. So we do a lot of stuff. So always follow our Facebook pages, follow our Instagram, our Twitter, follow our website. Everything will be on the website.
Wow. I can understand why you are a woman on the move. Well, I definitely want to thank you for taking time out of your schedule and for sharing with everyone all of these amazing opportunities that you have birthed in order to help other people. So we'll definitely be in touch. And if there's anything you need from me, let me know, and I'll be there to support.
Okay, I will be looking for you Monday.
Okay.
5:30, Beverly Library. Come out, come and support. It is very, very important that we support our youth with working in a penitentiary, I can't say this enough. I have seen what the end result is of not having the resources that these kids need in the community. So come out and support, come support Strengthening a Nation, come and support some of the organizations that we partner with. We cannot change the dynamic of the communities that we live in if we're not willing to do the work. So if you want to come and do something good in the hood or good in the community, come on and holler at me. There's always something that we're doing. We will be doing some field trips over the summer. So come and see me. Come and visit the website. Come out on Monday. Come see what we do. Bring your family, your friends, any partners that you may have. Bring them out because we're not going to stop the work that we have to do. It can't stop. So I want to thank you so much for allowing me to be able to come and talk about what we do and how we do it. I really appreciate you. I thank God for you. And I just, the work we're doing is impactful, is necessary, and it is intentional. So thank you again. And I'm here for you, too.
Mentor program. I know. My mentor program ends at 5:30, so I'll come from Wentworth and head straight to the library. So I will see you on Monday.
I'll see you on Monday. Bring your friends, honey. Go online.
Okay,
and
we'll do.
So we'll know how much food to have also.
Okay, I'll do that today. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great rest of your day.
You too.
All right.
All right. That was our first guest, Marja McCaskill. Remember, go to Strengthening a Nation on all social media outlets, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and her website, strengtheninganation.org. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back more as we discuss our topic, Women on the Move. Welcome back to Underneath the Hat, an affiliate of Vigilant Broadcasting and the Talk Radio and TV Network, LLP. Our topic for today is Women on the Move. If you're on Facebook, I've started a watch party with Talk Radio TV Network, LLP. Check us out and leave us a message or a comment, or you can call in and discuss at 319-527-2634. We just spoke to our first guest, Marja McCaskill, the founder of Strengthening a Nation. So make sure you check out her website, strengtheninganation.org, and Strengthening a Nation through all our social media outlets. And now for our second guest. Sheridan S. Davis is a Chicago native. She was born into a singing, preaching, entertaining family. Thus, she follows the same trend. She's done her fair share of acting in theater and music theater. Sheridan has been releasing and writing books since May of 2014. This list includes Save Sex, Pretty for a Dark-Skinned Girl, I'm Nobody's Ruth, Church Girls, With Love, and Church Girls 2. The last four have been released, Chocolate Chip and Company. She wrote and directed her first stage play, Pretty for a Dark-Skinned Girl, in May of 2016. Sheridan S. Davis is an ordained minister and is well on her way to becoming a mogul, taking the world by storm, one person at a time. Let's welcome Sheridan to the show. Hi, Sheridan. How are you?
Hi. I am well. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for joining us this morning. I know you're busy.
I am elated to be on with you. I love the movement that you've created, and I love the title, Underneath the Hat. So I am excited about being here.
Well, thank you. I actually met Sheridan through Miranda Chanel, and we did a Facebook Live with Dr. Mimi Brown about a month or two ago. And just the spirit that she had and the fact that she was unapologetic about what she was doing and that she was on the path that God had called her to be, let me know that she was definitely someone I needed to call for this show today of Women on the Move. So thanks for coming.
Thank you.
So let's jump right on in. Tell all of us how you're a woman on the move.
Wow. Okay, well, I can say I'm a woman of the move because I am a woman of faith. And there is not a time where you have faith in God where he does not cause you to be in some type of movement. And even in your stillness where he says be still and know, there's not a physical stillness where you're not doing anything or not producing. Even in your stillness, you're doing something. You're gaining your faith or you're gaining patience or wisdom or something. You're always on the move. So I'm a woman on the move because whenever the Lord gives me something to do, something to say, I am moving swiftly to do what he's called me to do.
Yes, I've always felt that I was, when I was saying yes and doing what he wanted me to do, because I was like, why is all this stuff happening so fast? Like, is he gonna take me out of here early? So he let me know these things quickly, and it wasn't until he told me, because you do what I asked you to do.
Wow.
That's why everything is happening as fast, because you do what I asked you to do. So what was the move finally said yes to God and allow for him to have his way and things started to move for you?
I can say honestly that I was just right. You know, a friend and I have this joke that some people raised and others were reared. And I was just reared to believe God. Like, that was just the foundation. I think I can attribute that to my parents. That is just the foundation of my life. We didn't have much money, but what they gave to me was faith, that whenever God said whatever he said, it is going to come to pass. So I was reared in a faith that actually gave me results. And so I think sometimes we are afraid to step out on faith or to be a woman on the move because we don't see results. But I have always been like that because he's given me results. And so I trust him with my whole self. So, yeah.
Now, being an entrepreneur, what would you say is the best part of being in the field?
Okay, so the best part, so I'm a writer. The best part of being in my field and owning my own publishing company is that I have all the royalties are mine. That's honestly the best part. I'm getting the majority of the money that is made off of the products that I have. And another great part is I have control, meaning, you know, when you are signed sometimes to major companies, they'll tell you, well, I don't like that, fix that. And I have the final yes or no. That's the best part. There are some other things, but that's the best part.
Now, with the good comes the
not
so
so God.
So what would you say would be some of the I would say trying parts of being an entrepreneur?
Oh, my Lord. Well, I can say okay. I want to encourage y'all because a lot of people want to become entrepreneurs, but you have to be real with yourself. There are good months and there are bad months. There are months that you can make hundreds or thousands of dollars depending on what your product is. And then there are some times when you are bringing in no revenue. That the inconsistency of it is honestly for me the worst part, where you don't, okay, Lord, I know you're gonna provide.
right.
But what is going on? So that is the waiting, I guess it is. And not knowing what's actually gonna happen. See, with a regular job, you know every 2 weeks you're gonna get a check.
Exactly.
You got benefits. For me, I gotta pay out of pocket.
Right.
Health, all insurance, all that type of stuff. So that part is the financial aspect of it. It's the best and worst part.
Yeah. And that's why I wanted to do this show, because I think so often we see the end result of everybody's entrepreneurship.
Right.
We see them on trips, and we see them with lavish clothing and around all these famous people, but we don't realize that they had to walk through fire before
Not
they got
only
to
that, but
point.
let me just be honest with y'all. Sometimes, especially you see people on Instagram, those clothes do not belong to them. They're borrowed. And so we are creating a dream off of somebody's false reality. They literally will go in a store and sometimes borrow, sometimes even purchase and bring back an outfit just to post for an illusion that they're creating for you. And so you have to have discernment and know, I'm not trying to be an entrepreneur because, and I love her, because Super is an entrepreneur. I'm trying to be an entrepreneur because that's what the Lord has called me to do. So you have to know the difference and not set yourself or create a dream for yourself based off of somebody's Insta story.
Exactly. Because we see so often people fall for the okie doke of, I'm going to be an entrepreneur so I can make all this money. And like you told them, the honest, raw truth, yes. So I guess the devil didn't like what we were talking about.
Okay.
Definitely went out. So sorry to all the listeners. Thank you, Justin, for playing the music. All right. So back to what we were discussing.
Yes, ma'am.
My question to you is, what advice would you give in upcoming women on the move?
Wow. Okay. Well, I would always say to pray, and I don't want to just sound like I'm just being super churchy. I'm not. It's just honestly the truth. It's not in the scriptures, but it is in the hymn. Oh, what needless pains we bear, all because we don't carry everything to God in prayer. And I honestly feel like a lot of now everybody's going to go through what people consider failures. To me, failures aren't really failures. It's just winning perverted, meaning that it is a win that don't look like a win right now. And so everybody's going to go through that, but we will, if we are not prayerful, we will jump into pits that we could have very well avoided if we would have just taken everything to God in prayer. So whatever decisions that you're going to make as far as your business, take it to God in prayer. And then on the natural side, get your business, make it a business. We will slap a name on something and just be like, oh, I started a company. Well, does the government know that you started a company? Do you have an EIN number? Are you incorporated if you need to be incorporated? Do you have a 501c3 if you are a nonprofit? Do the actual business, not just out here selling stuff. And so if you're going to have a storefront, you need license. And do your research. We just go out. Now, faith is great, but faith without the work part is dead. So we will go out and be like, oh, I'm starting this today. But if you don't have the work, the legal work behind you, then you ain't really doing nothing, you know. So I just want to encourage y'all, if you're going to start something, start it for real and be very intentional about what you are doing. Everybody's an entrepreneur until it's time to pay taxes.
Right. Exactly.
And now, so I just wanted to be intentional about that. That's all I was saying. What would I say?
Yeah. What would, as far as your circle? Because I know so many of us think that, oh, I grew up with them so they can help me with my business. And I believe wholeheartedly in what I heard Steve Harvey say, that just because they grew with you doesn't mean they can go with you. So what do you say to those who want to carry everybody with them on this journey, even though it may be one that they have to go at alone?
I can tell you about me personally. My circle is a dot. Okay? My circle is a dot. I got my parents who will go jump over the moon and back for me. I have them. I have a couple of people who are key people that I need stuff to do business-wise. And that's it. And so I'm very conscious. Your personal life is your personal life. Your business life is your business life. When you keep meshing them together, you're not going to be successful. Because there's going to be somebody who's not able to look at you as CEO on Tuesday. They're going to still look at you as auntie.
Right.
And that's going to present a problem. And so be very intentional. Everything is about intentionality. Be very intentional about who you bring into your circle, especially concerning your business. Your business is your baby. I don't care if you're a good mama. Right. I don't care who you grew up around. I'm talking about a good mama. I don't care who you grew up around. Everybody you grew up around can't watch your baby. Everybody cannot watch your child. Your child can't spend the night over at everybody's house. And so treat your business like your child. Everybody can't touch this baby.
Well, I know that you're busy, so I just have one more question.
Okay.
What would you tell your younger self about her path as a woman on the move?
Oh, that is a great question. I never thought about that. I would tell my younger self to stop stressing. Anxiety is something that I deal with and that I am being healed from. And it started as a child. I didn't know what to call it then, but I knew, like, if I had a test or if there was a big day coming up or anything like that, I would have super severe stomach pains, and that's something that plagues me as an adult, and I know God is going to heal me from it. Right. And I do go to therapy, so I want to encourage you, if you're an entrepreneur, you can have Jesus and a therapist. But anyway.
Just on Thursday. Just on Thursday.
Yes. So I would tell myself to stop stressing like it's going to be okay. Stressing does not make it better. So, yeah, that would be the message I would give to my younger self.
Okay. Well, as part being an entrepreneur, you got to plug yourself. So let us know what's coming up next, where we can find you on social media, that anyone who wants to reach out can.
Woo, Lord, what's coming up next? Well, thank you for this opportunity again, and thank you for allowing me to even plug what all is coming up next. Currently, I have 5 books. Well, 5.5 is what I'm saying, books that are out and on the market. I say a half because I put out a short story a couple of weeks ago as well. So my current book is called Church Girls 2. This Church Girls series is my first series as a novelist, and people are loving it, so I pray you guys do too. You can find all of my books at Amazon.com/author/Sheridan S. Davis. Also in September, super excited about this, I am having something called the Miss Pretty Period pageant. And for those of you all who don't know, the second book that I ever wrote is called Pretty for a Dark-Skinned Girl. It is my personal memoir, my personal story about struggling with colorism and self-worth as it relates to colorism, with me being a dark-skinned woman. And I wrote that book, and from that book we have branched out into so many different avenues, and it has really sparked the movement. And so we are doing the first ever pageant for dark-skinned girls on September 7th in Chicago, Illinois at Michelle Clark High School. So I'm very proud of that. You can find more information at www.missprettyperiod.com. And the reason why we called it Miss Pretty Period is because we're not pretty for dark-skinned girls. We are just pretty, period. So I'm really excited about that. And you guys can follow me on social media at Sheridan S. Davis on Facebook and Instagram.
All right. Well, congratulations on everything. And if it's anything you need, let me know. I will definitely be in touch with you. We already talked a couple of days ago.
Yes.
So I will definitely be in touch. So I want to thank you again for coming on the show and sharing with us how you're a woman on the move.
Thank you so much again for having me, and your story inspires me as well. I cannot wait to keep in touch with you. God bless you and the listeners.
Thank you so much. Talk to you soon.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. That was our guest, Sheridan S. Davis. Go check her out. Check out her book, Church Girls 2, on Amazon.com, and also the short story, that is attached to the book as well. I want to thank both of my guests for calling in and for you for sticking around through the technical difficulties. We're going to take one more break, and we'll be back. This is Underneath the Hat. Hello, and welcome back to Underneath the Hats, an affiliate of VIGILANT Broadcasting and the Talk Radio and TV Network, LLP. I'm Sherri Simmons, your host. We have been discussing women on the move, and we've had two great guests, Maja McCaskill of Strengthening a Nation. You can check her out at strengtheninganation.org. And we've had author Sheridan S. Davis, who has a new book out called Church Girls 2, which is available on Amazon. And she also has a pageant for dark-skinned girls coming out in September. So check out her Facebook page, Sheridan S. Davis, as well for more information. I decided to do this show because as an entrepreneur myself, going into this territory, I was a bit scared. And it wasn't until I actually took a leap of faith, like Maja has spoken about, and went to a book release party for Jessica Contessa. And from there, so many doors opened because I was around women who were like-minded, of the same mindset, and were in the same field as me. And even though I only sold maybe 3 books that day, I created so many relationships, some of which you have heard as guests on this show. The flyers that I do for all of my businesses and events were done by Jessica. My web series, some of the guests there have been women from this book signing and book release party. So one thing I learned was from Aisha Hurston, and she said that basically being an entrepreneur is answering God's call. And that's been my mantra for why I'm doing what I do. Answering God's call. As Sheridan just told us that he puts all of these ideas inside of us. And Maja said it's like fuel. And so it's fire. And so I'm doing everything that he has allowed for me to do. I'm writing plays, and I've written a book and working on completing the 2nd book. And I never would have thought that little old me would be on a radio show today or have a YouTube channel. I barely even knew how to use YouTube. But now I have at least 9 or 10 episodes on my web series Underneath the Hat. And it's all because I said yes. I said yes to whatever he wanted me to do. And ever since then, he has opened doors. Has it been tough? Yes. Has it been scary? Absolutely. Because I'm an introvert, which means I can stay by myself in my little cocoon and be okay. I don't really like talking to a lot of people. So the fact that I get on this radio show every Saturday for an hour and can have conversations with people, sometimes hold it down the whole hour by myself depending on the topic, is big for me. So I was able to step outside of my box, out of my comfort zone, all because I said yes. And that's what being an entrepreneur is. You're going to have to do some things that make you uncomfortable. You're going to have some conversations that make you uncomfortable. You're going to have some days where you don't know whether you can pay your bills or not because it takes a lot of money, as Sheridan said, of making sure that all of your business is in order. And so I wanted to do this show so that those women and men out there who may be listening who want to go into this field, I want you to go in with all of the information. One thing I've learned as a teacher is that sometimes we set our students up to fail because we know how the game should be played, but we don't tell them. And so we sit back and watch. And I have been on the receiving end of being the only one in the room who didn't know what was going on. It's in my book, Underneath the Hat, for those that have read it. And I never wanted to let anyone else have that feeling of not knowing what was going on around them. So any opportunity that I can create to help someone going in any field, dealing with any issue, giving them the resources that they need to where they can be successful in that situation, I'm going to do it. And that is the whole purpose of the Underneath the Hat movement, is for me to be used as a vessel to help other people to not feel like they're in a room by themselves, like they don't know what's going on. I never want anyone to feel as though they're naive and unsure about their surroundings, because I have been there. And so I want to thank these ladies and to all of those entrepreneurs out there who are just doing what the Lord has called you to do. I want to wish you all the best and continue to push forward. Even when it looks tough, a failure doesn't mean that you've done something wrong. It just means that that's not the direction you need to go. You need to reevaluate. So with that being said, I have some things going on too as an entrepreneur. My biggest thing is my young ladies at all times sundresses and hats luncheon. I am so excited about this. It will be on June 22nd, which is a Saturday, from 12 o'clock p.m. to 3 o'clock p.m. at the Congregational Church of Park Manor, which is on 70th and King Drive in Chicago, Illinois. Tickets are $25. You can buy your tickets on eventbrite.com, and because I know some people are a little leery about using the internet with their personal information, we'll also have tickets available at the door. So young women, little girls, seasoned women, I want the room to be filled with melanated skin so that we can show these young ladies at all times that I've been working with from Wentworth Elementary School and Nicholson STEM Academy that you can look like them, be from the same neighborhoods as them, and still pursue your dreams. That is the whole purpose of Young Ladies at All Times. As Marian Wright Edelman said, you can't be what you don't see. And so I want to surround these young girls from 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th grade in these Inglewood elementary schools, surround them with women that look like them and that are doing the things that they ultimately want to do. And so in order for me to do that, I need you all to get your tickets at eventbrite.com. Type in Young Ladies at All Times. Purchase a ticket. If you can't make it, you can donate the ticket or make a donation to our foundation. All of the proceeds, let me say it again, all of the proceeds of this luncheon will go directly into Young Ladies at All Times as we begin working on our fall cohort. I am super excited because I started this program in 2017 with one school, Park Manor Elementary, and now I have 2 schools, and next year it'll be 3 schools. So the goal is to enlarge my territory and so that I can reach more and more girls. It feels good to go to work at Wentworth and ask can they be in the program. It feels good to go on Tuesdays to Nicholson and listen to girls ask if they can be in this program because they see the benefits of it in their classmates. So I want to thank all of those women who have come out to speak to them. We've had scientists, we've had chefs, entrepreneurs, doctors, nurses, ministers, teachers. I've tried to surround them with women that are in the same careers that they ultimately want to go into. So, again, eventbrite.com, Young Ladies at All Times, June 22nd from 12 to 3 p.m. Get your tickets. You can also find my book, Underneath the Hat, at Amazon.com or wherever books are sold. My YouTube channel, Underneath the Hat web series. Subscribe, leave a comment, check out all the topics that we have filmed on the web series, which I also have been included and discussed on the radio show. My social media, you can go to my website, SherriSimmons.com. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram at Underneath the Hat, at young ladies at all times at Sherri Simmons. Our show next week will be Live Best Life. And our guest will be Louilla Smith, Cotton. I want to thank you all so much for tuning in today. This is Underneath the Hat, an affiliate of Vigilant Broadcasting and the Talk Radio and TV Network, LLP. My name is Sherri Simmons, and remember to take care of yourself underneath the hat. See you next week.
Thank you for tuning in to Underneath the Hat radio show. We will see you here again next Saturday at 10 o'clock a.m. Central Time. Follow Sherri on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Underneath the Hat, and visit her website, sherrisimmons.com. Always remember to take care of yourself underneath the hat. See you next week.